In the misty heart of a forgotten mountain range, where clouds cradle the peaks and rivers sing through the valleys, a legend sleeps beneath the canopy of dawn. A small hut stands alone, untouched by time, and within it lives a boy with a tale. He knows nothing of the world beyond the trees. No cities. No machines. No men with ambitions greater than the sky. Only survival. Only peace. Only the echoes of a name his late grandfather once whispered, Goku. Every morning, Goku awakens before the sun. Barefoot and grinning, he sprints through the woods with a wooden staff, chasing fish, fighting shadows, and training against boulders that would crush a normal man. His body is small, but his spirit burns bright, untamed and pure. The animals know him, some fear him, others play with him. The mountains are his playground, and danger is his teacher. When night falls, he sits beside a flickering fire, staring at the stars. He doesn't understand why he's different, why he has a tail, but he believes, deep down, that he was meant to protect something. He just doesn't know what yet. One day, a roaring engine cuts through the silence of his world. Goku looks up, and for the first time in his life, he sees a machine descending from the sky. It's a capsule car, shiny, mechanical, and alien to the mountains. Out steps a young girl with blue hair, a gadget in her hand, and curiosity blazing in her eyes. Her name is Bulma. And with her arrival, destiny awakens. She's searching for something called Dragon Balls, 7 mystical orbs that can grant any wish when gathered together. Goku doesn't understand a word she says at first, but when she spots the glowing orange sphere hanging by his bedside, she gasps. It's one of them, the 4-star ball. The last gift of his grandfather, the only treasure he's ever known. Bulma tries to explain, offering technology and adventure in return for the orb, but Goku refuses. To him, it isn't a trinket, it's a memory, a connection to the man who raised him with love and wisdom. But fate is clever. When a wild dinosaur attacks, Bulma witnesses Goku's inhuman strength for the first time. The boy who looks innocent and naive can lift boulders, leap across rivers, and destroy monsters with a single strike. Bulma is stunned. This child isn't ordinary. And in that realization, she finds both danger and opportunity. Bulma convinces Goku to join her, promising that maybe, by finding the Dragon Balls, he can learn more about who he really is. Goku, with boundless curiosity, agrees, as long as his grandfather's ball stays with him. And so, the boy who never knew the world beyond his valley steps into a new dawn. They travel through forests and deserts, meet shape-shifting pigs and bandit warriors, and stumble upon ancient ruins and forgotten villages. Each place, each face, teaches Goku something new about life, trust, friendship, laughter, and courage. Bulma's technology clashes with Goku's innocence, but their differences create a strange harmony, the balance of two worlds, one of heart, one of intellect. For the first time, Goku learns what it means to care for others. He protects Bulma when bandits attack, shares his food when they go hungry, and smiles even when the road grows hard. He doesn't understand greed or deceit, and perhaps that's his greatest strength. In a world full of ambition and conflict, his heart remains uncorrupted. And in his pure laughter and unstoppable courage, something ancient stirs. A power sleeping within his scion blood. One night, while camping beneath a blood-red moon, Bulma catches sight of Goku's tail and laughs, until the light of the moon hits his eyes. Suddenly, his body trembles. His pulse races. The night explodes with a monstrous roar. Goku transforms, not into a boy, but a beast. A towering, furious ape tearing through the forest, its eyes burning with primal rage. Bulma screams and hides, the earth shaking beneath his feet. It takes the collapse of his own home, his grandfather's house, to stop him. When the morning comes, Goku awakens, confused and heartbroken among the ruins. He doesn't remember what happened, only that his home is gone. Bulma, shaken but alive, decides to keep the truth from him. Some things, she realizes, he's not ready to know. Their bond grows stronger after that night. Goku's innocence becomes their guiding light. Every danger they face, every villain they outsmart, is met with his fearless smile. They meet Master Roshi, the old martial arts hermit who sees Goku's potential and takes him as a student. Under Roshi's guidance, Goku learns discipline, not just how to fight, but when not to. The boy from the mountains begins to evolve. Every punch he throws now carries meaning. Every challenge he faces, purpose. As the first part of his journey ends, Goku stands on a cliff at sunrise, the wind blowing through his hair. The Dragon Balls sparkle in Bulma's bag, and the world stretches endlessly before them. He doesn't yet understand that he's walking the first steps toward immortality, not through power, but through the hearts he'll touch. The mountain boy has become a traveler. The traveler will become a warrior. And the warrior will become a legend. Every great warrior begins as a student. And for Goku, the boy from the mountains, the world itself becomes his teacher. He has left behind the safety of his forest home. Now, his journey takes him into the beating heart of civilization, where strength isn't just tested by fists, but by the fire within. The world will challenge him. The question is, will his heart remain as pure as his punch? After countless adventures with Bulma, Goku finally meets the man whispered about in martial legends, Master Roshi, the turtle hermit, a wise, perverted, old man who hides immense power behind his comical grin. Roshi lives on a tiny island surrounded by endless blue, a peaceful place that hides the birth of a warrior's destiny. He sees something in Goku that the boy himself cannot, limitless potential born from innocence. When Goku asks to train under him, Roshi laughs. "You think fighting is just strength, kid? A true fighter controls his heart, not just his hands." To test his worth, Roshi sends him on ridiculous tasks, fetching milk, plowing fields with bare hands, running miles with giant shells strapped to his back. But Goku never complains. He laughs. He runs harder. He gives everything he has, not because he wants power, but because he loves the challenge. Beside him trains another student, Krillin, short, cunning, and jealous of Goku's effortless strength. Yet, through rivalry, friendship blooms. They push each other beyond their limits, transforming hard labor into sacred ritual. In sweat and sunlight, the foundations of the Turtle School are laid anew. Months later, the horizon of opportunity arrives, the World Martial Arts Tournament, where the strongest fighters on Earth gather to prove their worth. For Goku, it isn't about fame or glory. It's about testing his spirit. The arena buzzes with anticipation. Goku steps in barefoot, smiling, unaware that the crowd sees him as a child out of place. But when the gong rings, that perception shatters. He moves like wind. He strikes like lightning. Every punch carries the weight of purpose, every dodge the grace of instinct. Even as he faces warriors twice his size, his heart remains steady, no hate, no fear. Only joy. He loses in the final match to his own master in disguise, Jackie Chun, Roshi's alter ego. But in that loss lies victory. Roshi smiles and tells him, "Goku, if you'd won today, your journey might have ended here. But now, your story continues. And so, Goku bows. The crowd cheers. A legend begins to ripple through the world, the boy who fought for love, not pride. After the tournament, Goku parts ways with Krillin and Bulma once more. He decides to travel the world alone, to grow stronger, to see new lands, and to find the remaining Dragon Balls. This is where he learns the world isn't kind. He faces bandits, assassins, and rival martial artists. He fights General Blue, Mercenary Tao, and even the dark forces of the Red Ribbon Army, a shadowy organization obsessed with the Dragon Ball's power. But Goku's spirit never wavers. He storms their towers, defeats their machines, and destroys their armies, not with hatred, but with righteous simplicity. To him, good and evil are clear as sunrise and sunset. He protects the innocent not for glory, but because it feels right. His name spreads like wildfire. Children begin to imitate his moves. Villages tell stories of a small boy who stands against impossible odds. But behind that innocent smile lies an unspoken truth. Goku fights not just enemies, he's unknowingly fighting destiny itself. Not all battles end in laughter. When Krillin is murdered by a mysterious demon after a tournament, Goku's world shatters. For the first time, he feels pain deeper than any wound, the loss of a friend. He stands over Krillin's body, fists trembling, his heart roaring with questions the mountains never taught him. Who could do this? Why would anyone take life so carelessly? The answer comes with a name that will echo in eternity: King Piccolo. A demonic warlord reborn, feeding on hatred and chaos, seeking to plunge the world into darkness. Goku sets out alone, grief as his only companion, vengeance burning silently behind his eyes. The confrontation is brutal. Piccolo's power dwarfs anything Goku has faced. Cities fall, warriors die, and hope begins to fade. But even as his body breaks, Goku's will refuses to bow. He remembers Roshi's words: a true fighter protects life, not ego. In one final, desperate charge, Goku launches himself like a comet through Piccolo's heart. The explosion shakes the world. When the dust clears, both warrior and demon fall. Silence. Then, the wind moves again. Goku lives. The world is saved, but scars remain. He stands, battered and bloodied, beneath the falling rain, not victorious, but changed. He now knows that true strength is not the ability to destroy your enemy. It's the courage to face the pain that comes after. When he returns to his friends, Goku is no longer just the mountain boy. He is a symbol, the embodiment of hope, kindness, and unstoppable will. He visits Krillin's grave, places the Dragon Ball beside it, and whispers, "I'll keep training. I'll keep smiling, for you." Bulma, Roshi, and his friends see the transformation, not just in his power, but in his soul. The child who once fought for fun now fights for meaning. And deep within him, the universe begins to stir, the blood of science calling to him from across the stars. But that, Goku doesn't know yet. For now, he gazes at the sunset, his staff over his shoulder, a smile on his face. The path of the warrior continues, endless, beautiful, and alive. Every story hides a secret, a truth buried so deep it can rewrite destiny. For Goku, that secret comes not from the earth he protects, but from the stars above. The boy who grew into a hero is about to learn that his power, his tale, even his heart, all belong to a race of warriors who once conquered worlds. This isn't just a story of strength anymore. It's a revelation that will shatter everything Goku thought he knew about himself. Years have passed since the fall of King Piccolo. The world knows peace again, and Goku, now grown, lives quietly, married to Chi-Chi, raising his son Gohan, and training in the forests like he once did as a boy. He's happy. The world is calm. For a moment, it feels like the legend has ended. But peace is a fragile dream. And the universe has a way of waking sleeping warriors. One day, a shadow crosses the sun. A spacecraft, metallic alien, tears through the atmosphere and crashes near a small town. From its wreckage steps a warrior clad in armor, his hair wild and his scouter blinking with alien symbols. His name, Raditz. And his mission, to find his lost brother. He flies to Goku's home, sensing a familiar energy. When Goku steps out, smiling innocently as ever, Raditz stares in disbelief. "You don't remember, do you?" he says. "You're not Goku. Your real name is Kakarot. You were sent here to destroy this planet." The world stops. Goku laughs nervously, thinking it's a joke. But as Raditz continues, the laughter dies. He tells Goku of their race, the Scions, a warrior species who conquer planets for profit. He tells him that Goku was sent to Earth as an infant to annihilate humanity, but an accident erased his memory. The mountain fall. The head injury. The innocence. It all makes sense now. For the first time in his life, Goku feels torn. Everything he's built, his friendships, his love, his peace, stands in contrast to the blood that runs through his veins. Raditz demands that Goku join him in conquest, to reclaim his heritage. But Goku refuses. He has lived as an Earthling, loved as an Earthling, and he will die as one. When Raditz kidnaps Gohan, the gentle heart inside the Scion flares into fury. Goku knows this battle will not be like the others. He's not fighting for glory or training now. He's fighting for family. The fight between Goku and Raditz shakes the earth. For every blow exchanged, memories of brotherhood and betrayal blur. Goku is strong, but Raditz is stronger. Every attack Goku throws is countered with brutal precision. When hope begins to fade, a surprising ally appears, Piccolo, the reincarnation of the very demon Goku once defeated. Enemies become allies against a greater threat. Together, they form a plan, one that will cost Goku everything. As Piccolo charges his special beam cannon, Goku grabs Raditz from behind, holding him in place. Raditz struggles, screaming, "You fool! You'll die too." And with calm resolve, Goku whispers, "If that's what it takes to protect my son, so be it." The beam pierces them both. Silence falls. As Goku lies dying, Raditz laughs weakly, revealing that two more Scions, far stronger than him, are already on their way to Earth. Then both brothers fall. Goku's body fades, but his spirit transcends, rising toward the next great challenge. Goku's soul awakens in the afterlife, standing before King Yama, the gatekeeper of souls. But instead of rest, he chooses the path of warriors, to train with the legendary King Kai, across the Snake Way, a road that stretches for 1,000,000 miles through the heavens. His friends on Earth, Piccolo, Krillin, Tien, Yamcha, and Gohan, begin their own training under Kami, preparing for the Scion's arrival. Meanwhile, Goku runs for months through the endless golden path, leaping over fire pits, dodging spirits, driven by the single thought of saving his loved ones. When he finally reaches King Kai, he trains under alien gravity, learning humor, patience, and deadly techniques, including the Kaioken and Spirit Bomb. The boy from the mountains has become a man forged by gods. A year later, the sky splits open as two meteors descend, Vegeta and Nappa, elite Saiyan warriors. Their power is monstrous, their arrogance unshakable. They destroy cities without hesitation, demanding the Dragon Balls. Earth's defenders rise, but one by one, they fall. Yamcha, Tien, Kaiatsu. Even Piccolo sacrifices himself to save Gohan. By the time Goku returns to Earth, the battlefield is soaked in dust and despair. His arrival is silent but divine. The earth trembles under his feet. Vegeta and Nappa sense it, a power unlike anything they felt before. When Goku appears before them, his aura burns like fire, calm yet infinite. Goku's battle with Nappa is swift and surgical, mercy and might entwined. He defeats him effortlessly, proving that training with the gods has made him something more than mortal. But Vegeta is different. Prideful, royal, ruthless. The fight between them becomes legend. Mountains crumble. Skies ignite. Vegeta transforms into a giant ape, the echo of Goku's childhood curse. And yet, Goku stands his ground. Every strike, every scream, every moment tests the strength of his soul. When the dust finally settles, Vegeta lies beaten but alive, and Goku, instead of finishing him, lets him escape. Krillin asks, "Why let him go?" And Goku simply smiles. "Because I want to fight him again, when we're both stronger." As Vegeta's pod ascends into the night sky, Goku lies in the hospital, broken but unbowed. He gazes out the window at the stars, the same stars that once hid his origin. Now he knows who he is, not just Kakarot the Saiyan, but Goku the protector of Earth. The boy who was meant to destroy the world has become its savior. Yet, somewhere in the vastness of space, darker forces stir. The legend of Goku is far from over, it has only begun to echo beyond the stars. A Saiyan who became Earth's protector. A warrior who defied his blood and chose mercy over pride. But the universe is vast, and mercy often invites new battles. The stars whisper of tyrants who rule galaxies with fear, of gods who test mortals for sport, and of forces beyond imagination waiting to challenge the light within one man. This is the chapter where Goku transcends worlds, where battles stop being about victory, and start becoming about purpose. Weeks after the Saiyan invasion, peace returns to Earth, but only for a heartbeat. From the depths of space, a transmission is intercepted, a voice cold and sharp as metal, Frieza, the Emperor of the Universe. He speaks of Dragon Balls, of immortality, of the Saiyans who once served under him. Vegeta listens, trembling not in fear, but in fury. The truth unfolds, Frieza destroyed the Saiyan homeworld, planet Vegeta, to prevent their uprising. Goku's entire race was annihilated by this single tyrant. Now, Frieza seeks Earth's Dragon Balls to complete his domination. And so begins the journey to planet Namek, a lush world of green skies and endless oceans, where the original Dragon Balls were born. Bulma, Krillin, and Gohan travel first, using a rebuilt spaceship. Goku, still recovering, follows later in a craft modified by Capsule Corp. During his flight, he trains relentlessly, under artificial gravity hundreds of times Earth's, pushing his body to limits even he never imagined. The quiet hum of the ship becomes a heartbeat of purpose. He knows this isn't just another fight, it's vengeance, not for himself, but for a people he never knew. When he arrives, the air of Namek feels ancient, heavy with destiny. Frieza's presence is like a black hole, consuming everything it touches. Surrounded by an army of mercenaries and lieutenants, He tortures the Namekians for their Dragon Balls, showing no mercy, no conscience. Goku's friends hide, struggle, and fight, but Frisia's power is beyond comprehension. Even Vegeta, once the proud prince of Science, trembles in his shadow. Then, the Ginyu Force arrives, flamboyant, powerful, and deadly. Goku faces them alone, moving with such speed and precision that even the stars seem to pause. For the first time, his enemies begin to whisper a name they fear, the Super Saiyan. The confrontation with Frieza is inevitable, and when it comes, it tears the heavens apart. Frieza transforms, revealing layer after layer of monstrous power. Goku meets each blow with heart, every blast with resolve. But even he cannot keep up forever. When Frieza kills Krillin before his eyes, the world seems to stop. In that silence, something ancient awakens. Rage, grief, and love fuse into one blazing force. Goku's hair flashes gold, his aura explodes like a star. For the first time in 1,000 years, a Super Saiyan is born. The legend of the Saiyans, once extinct, roars back to life through the heart of a man who was never meant to exist. The battle that follows is apocalyptic. Oceans evaporate. Continents crumble. The planet itself screams beneath their feet. Goku's golden aura illuminates the darkness, each strike echoing through space like thunder from creation's birth. Frisia's arrogance turns to terror. He realizes that the prophecy, the one he tried to erase by destroying planet Vegeta, has come true. But even as Goku overwhelms him, he does not kill him in hate. He gives him a chance to live, saying, "I'm not like you. I fight to protect, not to destroy." And when Frieza betrays that mercy, Goku's rage returns, not as fury, but as divine judgment. He defeats him utterly and flies away, leaving the tyrant to the fate he earned. Moments later, Namek explodes, but Goku survives, reborn through light and flame. Months later, a mysterious figure arrives on Earth, a young man with purple hair and a sword, moving faster than light. He destroys a mechanical version of Frieza effortlessly. His name is Trunks, and his message is dire: new enemies are coming, androids, machines more powerful than any Saiyan, born from human revenge. But that isn't all. He reveals that Goku will die, not in battle, but from a heart virus. The future is crumbling, and Goku's time is running out. Years pass. The androids come, cold, merciless, unstoppable. Goku falls ill, saved only by medicine brought from the future. But in his absence, darkness breeds another creation, Cell, a bioengineered monster absorbing warriors to reach perfection. When Goku recovers, he faces Cell not as a reckless fighter, but as a master, calm, strategic, focused. He trains his son Gohan to surpass him, believing that every generation must go beyond the last. In the Cell games, Gohan transforms, achieving a new level of Saiyan power. When Goku sacrifices himself to save Earth once again, his final smile carries peace. He has fulfilled his role as both warrior and teacher. Even death cannot contain his spirit. In the afterlife, Goku continues to train until the gods themselves take notice. When Beerus, the god of destruction, awakens and challenges him, Goku steps forward not as a mortal, but as the bridge between humanity and divinity. Their battle transcends comprehension, a dance of galaxies, a test of existence itself. In its wake, Goku ascends to a new form, Super Saiyan God, his energy calm as creation, his heart still humble as the mountain boy he once was. He bows before Beerus and says, "There's always someone stronger." That's what makes it exciting. And for the first time, even a god smiles. Through gods and demons, life and death, Goku's essence remains unchanged. He fights not to conquer, but to grow. Every opponent, every universe, every impossible challenge, all of it shapes him into the living embodiment of limitless potential. The boy with a tail, once lost in the mountains, now stands among stars. Not as a destroyer, not as a god, but as a symbol of boundless will. In the boundless sea of time, there are warriors, and then there are legends. Some fight for glory, others for conquest, but a few fight for something far greater. For Goku, the boy who fell from the stars, life was never about winning. It was about the fire inside, a flame that refuses to die, no matter how many worlds collapse around it. And even now, when gods bow and universes tremble, that same fire burns on, carried forward by a heart that never stopped believing in the good of life itself. After his battle with Beerus, the universe feels larger than ever, countless realms, each ruled by deities beyond imagination. But peace never stays for long. New threats emerge: Golden Frieza, Zamasu, Goku Black, reflections of power twisted by hatred and ambition. Each battle tests not just Goku's strength, but his philosophy. He learns that power without kindness is destruction, and kindness without strength is tragedy. Through every encounter, he remains unchanged, smiling in the face of gods, laughing at the impossible, believing that every fight is a lesson in growth. Vegeta, once his rival, now stands by his side, not as an enemy, but as the brother destiny denied him. Together, they represent the evolution of their race, scions not born of conquest, but of courage. Then comes the greatest test, the Tournament of Power, decreed by the Grand Zeno, the childlike ruler of all existence. 8 universes gather, each fielding 10 of their mightiest warriors. The stakes are cosmic. Defeat means erasure, total annihilation. As Goku enters the arena, surrounded by gods and destroyers, he feels no fear, only excitement. "Let's see how far I can go this time," he says, smiling beneath the glowing arena sky. Every punch in this tournament isn't just survival, it's philosophy in motion. Goku faces warriors who fight for pride, vengeance, faith, and even love. Among them, he finds an opponent who mirrors his spirit to Jiren, a being of pure discipline, power, and silence. Their battle becomes a symbol: strength versus belief, perfection versus purpose. And in the final moments, when all seems lost, Goku transcends once again, awakening Ultra Instinct, a state beyond gods, where mind and body move as one. In that silence, time itself bends. Goku moves like wind through eternity, neither human nor scion, but pure will made flesh. But even at his peak, Goku never forgets who he is. He doesn't fight to dominate, but to inspire. When Jiren falls, and Universe 7 stands victorious, Goku uses the wish of the Super Dragon not for himself, but to restore all erased universes. The gods watch in awe. Even Zeno, omnipotent yet childlike, giggles and says, "Goku, you're amazing." For Goku, it's simple: what's fun about winning if everyone else is gone? That single line defines him. Not as a hero, not as a god, but as something humanity rarely sees, a pure soul that finds meaning only in endless challenge and kindness. Years pass. The world moves on. New generations rise: his Pan, Goten, Trunks, children of peace, born in a world Goku helped shape. He trains them, not as students, but as dreamers. Every morning, his laughter echoes across the skies, the same laughter that once filled the mountains of his youth. But legends never truly rest. Whispers of new universes, new threats, drift through space. Goku stands at the edge of dawn, eyes on the horizon, energy humming beneath his skin. He knows it's time. He smiles, waves to his family, and with a flash of light, disappears once more into the stars. Across galaxies and ages, civilizations will tell his story in 1,000 ways. Some will call him the warrior of light. Others will remember him as the god who laughed. But those who truly understand will simply say, he was Goku. A child of Earth. A scion from the stars. A soul who never stopped learning. His greatest strength was never his power, but his heart, a heart that saw beauty even in battle, and friendship even in enemies. Every time the world faces darkness, every time a warrior stands against fate with a smile, Goku lives again. Because legends don't end, they echo. And so, somewhere, under an alien sun, a familiar figure stands barefoot, staff in hand, eyes closed, breathing in the wind. A faint chuckle escapes his lips as he says, "All right then, let's train." From the mountains of Earth to the edge of creation, the story of Son Goku is not just a tale of battles. It is the story of the human spirit, boundless, unyielding, eternal. The boy who once searched for Dragon Balls found something greater, the meaning of being alive.